In the shadowed valleys of rural eastern Uganda, where the Rwenzori Mountains whispered secrets to the wind and the red soil drank deeply from sporadic rains, there nestled a small village called Kasese. It was a place forgotten by the bustling cities like Kampala, where time moved not by clocks but by the cycles of planting and reaping. Here, the Bakiga people lived in harmony with the land, or so they believed. Their homes were simple mud huts with thatched roofs woven from elephant grass, walls plastered with cow dung and clay, sturdy against the elements but vulnerable to the unseen. At the heart of this tale stood the hut of Mama Nokoto, a widow of 60 harvests, her face a map of wrinkles etched by sun and sorrow. Her eyes, sharp as a hawk's, held the wisdom of ancestors long past. She shared her compound with her only son, Keto, a broad-shouldered man in his 30s, whose hands were calloused from tilling the earth. Keto's wife, Amina, was a gentle soul with a laugh like flowing water, mother to their 3 children, little Akelo, the curious 8-year-old boy who chased fireflies at night, Nombi, the 6-year-old girl with braids adorned in beads, and baby Juma, barely 2, who toddled about with wide-eyed wonder. The compound was a microcosm of rural African life. A central courtyard of packed earth, swept daily by Amina with a broom of bound twigs. To one side, the main hut where the family slept on mats woven from papyrus, under blankets patched from old fabrics. Adjacent was the kitchen hut, its heart a circle of stones where millet porridge bubbled over a wood fire, filling the air with the earthy scent of ugoli. A granary stood elevated on wooden stilts, guarded against rats and weevils, its thatched roof sloped to shed rain. Beyond lay the fields. Patches of sorghum swaying like golden waves, bean vines climbing stakes, and banana groves heavy with matuk, the staple that fed body and soul. That fateful season, the gods of rain had smiled upon Kasese. The skies opened in torrents, turning parched earth into fertile promise. Keto had planted early, his back aching under the equatorial sun, while Amina and the children weeded rows with small hoes. "This will be our best harvest yet," Keto declared one evening as the family gathered around the fire pit. Flames danced, casting flickering shadows on their faces. Akelo poked at the embers with a stick, dreaming of the stories Mama Nokoto would tell, tales of spirits and heroes from the old days. But as the moon waxed full, a shadow fell over the land. It began subtly, like a whisper in the wind. One night, after a day of laughter and labor, the family retired early, exhausted but content. The children snuggled under their blankets, Amina's soft lullaby lulling them to sleep. Keto lay beside her, his arm protectively around her waist, while Mama Nokoto sat by the door, her pipe glowing faintly as she puffed on local tobacco. Dawn broke with a chill that seeped into the bones. Amina rose first, as always, to fetch water from the stream a short walk away. She stepped out, bucket in hand, and paused. The air felt heavier, charged with an unnatural stillness. No birds sang. No insects buzzed. Her gaze drifted to the sorghum field, and her bucket clattered to the ground. Half the crop was gone. Not destroyed, not trampled. Vanished. Rows that had stood tall the evening before were now barren stubs, as if sliced clean by an invisible scythe. The earth showed no footprints, no signs of disturbance. Only a faint, eerie silence hung over the field, broken by Amina's sharp cry, "Keto! Come quickly!" Keto bolted from the hut, his heart thundering. He knelt in the dirt, fingers tracing the severed stalks. "Thieves," he muttered, his voice laced with fury. "Curse thieves in the night." But doubt crept in. How could anyone harvest so much so silently? No wagon tracks, no scattered grains. It was as if the sorghum had simply dissolved into the mist. The children emerged, rubbing sleep from their eyes. Akelo's face paled. "Papa, did the hyenas take it?" Nombi clutched her doll, whispering, "Or the ghost Mama talks about." Mama Nokoto hobbled out, leaning on her walking stick carved from ebony. She surveyed the field with narrowed eyes. "This is no hyena's work," she said softly. "No man's, perhaps." Her words hung in the air, stirring unease. In the old tales, she knew, the land could rebel against those who forgot its spirits. Word spread through the village like wildfire. Neighbors gathered, murmuring. Old Mzibayaruhanga, the blind elder who saw with his ears and intuition, was summoned. He arrived on the arm of his grandson, his milky eyes staring into nothingness. "Tell me what you feel," he demanded, placing a hand on the soil.